Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm Athena. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell next to that too. Turn on notifications. That way you can get notifications every single time that I upload a video. Make sure you hit the like button on this as well. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to French braid your own hair. I know that before I learned, that was a major issue for me because there's so many different hairstyles that you can do with them. And now that I know how, it is one of my favorite things because there's so many things that you can do with them. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. The first thing you want to do is make sure that your hair is all brushed out. So the first thing that I'm going to do, since I'm doing two braids, is just part my hair down the middle as center as I can. All the way down the back. Separate them out. Brush them out again just once more time. My hair just gets tangled very easily. And then I'm going to take a hair tie and just tie off one side of my hair. That way I am not grabbing from the side of my part at any point while I'm doing my braid. And ladies, this is a big tip right here. If you're braiding your hair and your hair has a tendency of not doing what you want it to, this 98-cent spray bottle from Walmart is gonna be your very best friend. You can change it from like stream to mist. Right now I just have it on mist for the purpose of misting my hair to get it a little bit damp just so it'll go the way I want it to. So I'm just gonna spray my roots a little bit all the way around. They just tend to lay a little bit flatter for me if they're a little bit wet. And if you want to just spray all of it, then you can get that beach wavy dried braided look once you take them out. But if that's the look that you're going for, really don't get them too wet. Otherwise, you'll just take it out and your hair will still just like be wet. So when they are braided like this, it's actually really, it takes forever, at least for mine, to dry. Get along with that. All right, now we can just go ahead and get it started. So I am going to just go ahead and make a little triangle right here in my hair, right on the front. And since my hair is weird, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush it up, kind of get them a little bit more together. Take these two fingers on my hand and make 3 separate sections. And if they are not even at first, that is okay. So this strand right here is going to be A, strand in the middle is going to be strand B, and this little one right here is going to be strand C. Now you can do C over B or A over B. Personally, I choose to do A over B first, just because I think that pulling from the part first, it just looks better on my shaped head, but if your head is shaped differently, it could go totally differently. So after I have A over B, I'm going to put C over A, and then before I do anything with strand B, I'm just going to lay it back on my scalp, and I am going to grab a chunk of hair from my part, and oh, I'm sorry, such a habit of doing that, just since it's a little bit easier on my arms. So I have that together now, smoothing them out, and I'm going to put that over strand C. And then this right here, strand A, just going to let that fall with the rest of my hair, and I'm going to grab from here, just kind of go up with my thumb and cut right next to that braid there, pull apart, try my best to bring those strands together, and I'm going to go over that other strand there. And it can be a little bit difficult because you just want to make sure that all of your hairs are nice and smooth as you are pulling them flat. So since this one's really small, I'm going to grab a pretty bulky chunk of hair there to try to make it even with the rest of my strands. That way we can get a nice even braid going. I'd say that's about even. And I try to just kind of detangle as I'm braiding, otherwise it can just end up really messy and not that great looking. And then drop the strand over here, pull from the front of my face, cut a line all the way back, and fold over. This is where you run into issues like this, where you really want to just make sure that they're nice and flat before pulling and folding anything over them, which can really be the most tedious and angry making part of the braiding process, but with a little bit of time and patience, you guys will get it just as well as I did. And I'll probably try and turn a little bit here. So I just grabbed another strand from the back, and I'm going to cross that over. Dropped another strand down my side, going to grab from above my ear, cut a line all the way up to where the braid is. Personally, I mean, I guess you could really pull the braid kind of down more right here. Personally, I just like to have my braids more up at the top of my head. Just gonna fold that over. Let this strand just kind of fall back. And one of the biggest things is actually making sure that you're separating from all the rest of your hairs. And then you are just going to repeat all the way down. And as you get lower, it's a little bit more important to make sure that your strands are even, because once you go from, from your scalp to just braiding down, you just really want to make sure that your strands are even. That way your braid ends up looking even. Otherwise it can look a little bit funky or end sooner than you want it to. When you're getting to this area of not really being able to see, it can really be a little bit difficult to see where you're grabbing from or feel where you're grabbing from, but once you're almost over, it's like the best feeling in the world. Because then your arms can finally get a bit of a break. And once I'm done, I just like to bring it down in front of me here. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you're keeping track of what side you're weaving on. You just gotta get down the line. And when I'm doing, unless I'm doing like one single French braid down my entire, like the center of my head, then I really prefer to use these smaller rubber bands, just because they're a lot less visible on your hair and you just kind of have less issues with them. I feel like they have a better hold if you are going to sleep with them in, to try and get that curly effect in the morning. Alrighty, and then all you have to do is duplicate the same effect on the other side, and this is what you shall end up with. If you guys have any ideas for future videos or you know, just kind of any recommendations of what you'd like to see, go ahead and drop those down in the comments. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, show all your friends. I really appreciate all the support that everybody's been giving me. So if you guys could just keep that up, that is really so awesome. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.